Welcome to Game 4. This could be the final game of the series if DevM takes it. We will, of course, see DevM's U.S. Forces versus Korean Army's Oster. Once again, Rifle Company versus Close Air Support. A tried and tested meta and matchup that has apparently survived throughout the ages, throughout the buffs and nerfs. Here we are at the finals of yet another tournament watching Rifle Company versus Close Air Support. You know what? I think it's actually a good sign that Rifle Company made it to the finals because I don't think I've had a tournament where U.S. forces managed to really do much of anything at all up until this point. So I'm actually glad that they're viable in tournament setting. Of course, DevM made them work in Operation Charlie Fox even without Rifle Company, but he certainly didn't make them work in Game 2 of this tournament. They have won 0 games in this series. Let's see if DevM can turn that around and win with Rifle Company USF, not only this game, but the entire tournament. Goes with a 2-rifle opening against Korean Army's Close Air Support. Same build, Gren's MG42. He's sending them hard left. He does not want to let DevM just cross this river and take this fuel and box him into the base. Using the MG to cap as he continues its advance towards the left. DevM is actually sending his first squad of riflemen right towards the munitions point. So far, no engagements. Very passive opening. DevM setting up for his first flank by spreading his riflemen out to various locations and probably be able to sweep this squad around from the right as these two come in from the north. While the rear echelon troops just back cap. Second squad of Gren's on its way. And the first engagement looks like it's going to happen around this munitions point. Riflemen jump into the building to secure vision. Or do they? Yes, they do. So he now knows where these 3 squads are. Rifleman spotted squad of Gren's on the cutoff, and they're going to start trying to work on that. The MG42 hasn't taken a single shot. It's actually going to go do cutoff protection rather than trying to do anything in this area. Vet squad of riflemen is coming down the central road.
Fresh Grenadier squad.
Third squad of Gren's on its way. DevM hasn't quite found a way to get in on Korean Army here. 2 retreats forced. That leaves only 2 squads left on the front line, and Korean Army took this engagement easily. A much more centralized defense on the left side of this map, and he's looking like he's in a pretty good situation. DevM's next push is going to have to go a lot better than this one did. He's simply going to defend in this house for now.
Infantry! The capture point is being overrun. Reinforcements in. Welcome to the Death Factory, boys. Stick with me and you might just make it.
Here comes the next push. 3 riflemen approaching from 3 different avenues. They'll be able to chase away that squad of Gren's easily, but 1 squad walks into the MG42. There's that retreat. Squad of Grenadiers will be available for this harassment attempt left. They haven't been healed yet, so the Gren's should win this engagement. That's a fresh squad. MG42 packs up to move and support in an engagement on the left side. Rear echelon troops continue, wrapping up capture of all territory over here. The map is almost perfectly split in half, with DevM holding just a few more strategic points. Korean Army having 1 more VP, Lieutenant on his way to try and get that. M20 is on its way, and that's going to be a very important part of this game if Korean Army is able to destroy that M20 as easily as he did in Game 2. No Minesweeper yet for DevM, even though that's how he lost it before, and no Tellermine down for Korean Army, as far as I'm aware. They did just build Tier 2, though, and he might be able to get a 2-2-2 out to counter the M20. See how the timing works out. He can afford it. He hasn't spotted this yet, but he must know it's coming since DevM does this every single game. And there it is, 222 queued up. Looks like DevM is going to use it a little bit more passively, though. He's not going to just dive in. Grens are slowly winning their engagement against that rifle squad. MG42 plus Grens chase that squad into a retreat. The lieutenant plus rear echelons over here are going to go for the cutoff, and I think these Grens will be overwhelmed. And it doesn't look like there's anything available to support right now.
Scout car has arrived.
Here comes the 222.
The enemy is taking our territory.
He's actually going to forego this capture attempt in favor of moving over here to support in this engagement and trying to set up a flank on that MG. Because he has whited the fuel point, so it's not super important. I think that 222 is going to kill the M20. It pops smoke. The crew will have to get out right here, which they do. Attacking ground into the smoke. He's doing good damage. He's got to stick around and destroy that.
The enemy is attempting to
What is
steal
he
our
doing?
sector.
I don't understand. Those Grens are going to get wiped. They just made a late retreat, and the 222 will not be able to destroy the M20. It goes down to bazooka fire. That was a really weird series of engagements there for Korean Army. Not good. He almost picks up a rifle squad in exchange. It's standing AFK in red cover. Okay.
We lost an infantry unit.
Well, at least he took out a rifle squad, but he didn't take out the machine gun, so pretty or the scout car, I mean, so pretty expensive trade.
Welcome to the Death Factory, boys. Stick with me and you might just make it.
If he hadn't picked up those unmonitored riflemen right there, I think this game might be over. That's the only thing that's going to keep him in this. DevM did him a bit of a favor right there, not watching that squad's health. M20 is fully repaired.
Our riflemen now have
And still
access to
uncounted.
flamethrowers to smoke out the enemy.
Shift your fire!
Getting hammered here! Big promotion! Squad numbers back to normal.
Not more fucking nonsense!
Rifle squad ready for action.
Piles are just going to retreat from their engagement on the right since they cannot win it. Korean Army has locked in close air support and chosen to redistribute resources once, give him some more LMGs. MG is working on some lieutenant guys over here.
Do not be afraid!
I have no dongers in my chat, Jadric. How dare you accuse me of not allowing dongers? It's just that the donger has to be present in like a relatively short message, I think.
Serious promotion now! Taking flanking fire!
Here comes the armor-piercing rounds. Gets a pretty big volley off. It's gonna get away. Pops smoke though. He forces him to pop smoke, and he gets a nice amount of veterancy out of that. So pretty good. Pretty good engagement. Keeps the M20 managed, not destroyed, but managed. Still has a very nice amount of map control. Hasn't been cut off for too significant enough amount of time, and that's gonna help him keep up LMG production.
Supposed to be reckoned with now! Look what they did to me. Those Schweinhunde are shooting at us! Fucking
Our opponents are seizing a sector. A peg gun is ready for orders.
Engagement's just going back and forth, smoke being deployed everywhere. Faust will damage the engine right there, and AT gun is out for Korean Army, but it's not present for this engagement. The Grenadiers have to retreat away from those flamethrowers being upgraded. Rifle Company, of course. What happened? I missed something important. A squad of Grenadiers just got wiped over here and dropped an
Enemy
LMG.
forces are securing
That is
our
extremely bad
territory.
for Korean Army. That's two important engagements lost. Giving over an LMG and losing his 222. He's struggling to build momentum. He's doing a pretty okay job of keeping DevM at bay, but he can't afford stuff like that.
My MG42s have arrived. You guys, listen to me if you want to live.
We are losing a sector.
Lightarmor is trying to kill us.
As soon as he sees those piles, he takes a wide path. He's like, oh, there could be a teller mine right there. I'm not gonna just go in hard. I definitely think that was a good play by DevM. There is no teller mine here, but he made the right decision to just try to take a weird route away from where those piles were standing, just in case.
Stand and fight.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that gonna get away? Wow, that bazooka snipe might have just saved that rifle squad. That, you may not have caught that, but this bazooka just killed 2 grenadiers in one shot, and that rifle squad gets away with 1 health remaining, or 1 squad member remaining. Lucky break for DevM. Interesting choice to put the LMG on the vehicle crew, by the way. He's got a steward out now.
Destroy them before they close. Ivan won't know what hit him now that we have MG42s. We have it once more.
2 squads moving to harass the fuel point left. Uses anti-infantry strafe to shut that down. Forces an instant retreat. It's going to help him maintain map control right and allow him to maintain a presence left. Forcing 2 retreats like that. 2 other squads just sitting in the base right now. Stewart's going to start doing what it can. Eats an AT gun shot. And vehicle crew is on its way to try and clear. Grenadier squad is going to have to move to push them away. But I don't think they're going to chase. They're just going to try and get the center VP captured. Right side VP being taken by Grenz. Left side MG42 is setting up. AT gun needs to try and get in range without getting cleared by that vehicle crew with their LMG. Grenz on their way to maybe go for a Panzerfaust, and fresh riflemen. No, they're not fresh. They just don't have any veterancy yet. They haven't really done much. They have 0 kills. Until now. On their way to take the left side fuel point unopposed, but there is a bunker over here. Nice bunker. That's going to help. DevM's going to have to try and find a way to get rid of this. He has a bazooka on his vehicle crew, and he's got a steward, so he's and a captain. So how much vision does this have? Really good vision. Nothing can sneak by it. That's going to be a bit of an issue. Teller mine going down in the central road. And Stewart's on its way to try and destroy the bunker. The AT gun is going to have to try and get over there, but it's on its way back to base for reinforcements, so that bunker might go down. Smoke being deployed on these Grens. Try and pressure them into getting into close range. The Stewart's going to start working on the bunker, and it's probably going to get cleaned up. And a squad of Grens just got fragged to death over here and missed it. Another squad of Grens wiped. How many wipes is that? 2. Okay, that's not that bad. But it feels like more. I don't know why.
Anti-tank gun has arrived.
Maybe because DevM hasn't lost much, except for that squad of riflemen from the very beginning of the game. Which was his vet rifle squad, by the way. Interesting. Is the bunker gone? Yes, bunker swept up. Panzerfaust to do engine damage, apparently. Almost loses those flamethrower piles.
Attempting to steal our sector.
They'll get away. AT gun looking for an opportunity, but it really should not do that. Unless this connects, this could be big. Here comes the anti-infantry strafe. He retreats immediately, which he probably had to do, but alright. AT gun will continue its advance. The Steward is totally unsupported. There's a pack howitzer on the field. I wonder if this again means DevM feels he's behind. I don't know if he should feel that way. He's killed a scout car and 2 Gren squads, and he's only lost 1 rifle squad. And now a Steward, which just got abandoned in front of a 4-man Grenadier squad.
Light vehicle vehicle just got destroyed.
Which he should destroy, by the way. He should make no attempt to recover that. Just destroy it. What is he thinking? There's riflemen on their way. Why would he let this live? MG sets up, though. Nice timing on the MG42. To this very important engagement. Vehicle crew's gonna get gunned down. They have to retreat. Smoke deployed right here. Those Grens are suppressed. Is he really gonna do this? Why? That's gonna die. He just sacrificed a vetted 3-man LMG squad just to... Well, at this point... Wow. Nice teller mine. The M20 goes down. Grens have to retreat out of this engagement, though. Pios also have to retreat. The riflemen recovered this. They need to pull back to the base, and vehicle crew needs to crew that Stuart, because the riflemen are too important to be driving a Stuart around. Grens will win this engagement.
There's a major reporting for action.
Major out for DevM next. Despite how sloppy this game has been, maybe on both sides, the map is still perfectly split in half, with DevM having just a slight advantage over here on the right. And a slight victory point advantage. It's currently 426 to 358.
Contact! MG42! Grenade!
A capture point
I think he's going
is
to
being
crew this
overrun.
with his Major. Interesting choice. Major into the Stuart. Okay, I could see that. MG42 sets up a little late. Frag. Wow. Frag wipes 2 squads, and the MG42 gun itself is destroyed. Cannot be recovered. That could have been the game right there. That was a huge engagement for
Losing a
DevM.
capture point.
Green Army fails to dodge 2 simultaneous grenades. Might get triple capped very soon. The infantry strafe comes in to pin that squad. LMG Gren's working on the captain. He's forced to retreat. Stuart's repaired and making its way back into engagements. There is a double AT gun out to counter, though.
Grab your shit. Follow me.
Flamethrower making its way towards the cutoff and could pick up a wipe. Squad goes down.
42 down! Field promotion!
AT gun is caught way out of position.
Reinforcements in. Welcome to the death factory, boys.
Flamethrower's going to retreat. Has no opportunity to steal that, so DevM is now going to be able to set up a triple cap and take full control of the map with his superior force. Green Army down to only 24 pop cap. Man, this game was on a razor's edge until this engagement. And this one. 2 extremely critical engagements based around the recovery of abandoned US vehicles. I really think Korean Army kind of messed up. He messed up. In both cases. And I think if in either of those engagements he had played a little bit more solid, he might have had this game. But I don't think there's going to be any coming back from this.
Under fire!
Enemy forces now has 300 points remaining.
AT guns cleared. Stuart and Captain will have no problem destroying those. Green Army is pushed completely back into his base, and as close air support, he of course has no comeback tools, no Tiger, nothing like that. Both AT guns cleaned up.
factory, boys. Stick with me and you might just make
I am amused by
Light
this.
vehicles just got destroyed.
Stewart and Packhouts are destroyed on that towing line. It doesn't matter though.
Under attack!
Got a moral victory. All about that moral victory.
Contact! MG42!
Sherman in production now.
That was closer than I thought. Moving up the middle. Stay low until they need to reload.
Kill that MG42 crew!
They can land over here.
Squad is back to full strength.
And Packhouts is just going to keep Korean Army boxed in. 210 VPs. I don't know what plan he could possibly be formulating right now to try and get out of this situation, because he can't even get out of his base.
Sherman ready.
Sherman's on the field. This could seal the game.
Enemy forces are now down to 200 points.
MG42!
A capture point is under attack.
And just to capture a point. That's good. Packhouser's been recruited and repaired. Ooh, jeez. And the Sherman is on its way to finish things with the Stewart. Only one AT gun out. The Army has no fuel or munitions. He can't call in any emergency planes. He can't save his AT gun. And it gets cleared. White phosphorus being dropped on the AT gun in case of recovery, which it has been. Here it comes. Wow. Stewart almost goes down. Not quite, though. He finally pulls together 50 fuel, uses redistribute resources, AT gun recruit, and Sherman goes down. He has enough for an AT strafe, too. He might take out the Stewart as well.
Cover the flank.
And Stewart destroyed.
Enemy forces are
So
securing our
DevM's huge
territory.
push into Korean Army's base fails against all odds. And it still probably does not matter.
Supply are disrupted.
Still triple cap, still doesn't have any territory at all. Anti-infantry strafe to try and finally push DevM out of his front door and let him break out of his box. There he goes. DevM makes a full retreat, and the Packhouser will have to pull back. So I guess Korean Army may have earned himself a second chance. Gonna desperately claw for VPs as he falls to 100. Make his way back out of his base.
We have 100 points remaining.
That push was short-lived. Lieutenant plus Packhouser pushes him back, and these squads making their way back to the front line. And Korean Army is only extremely briefly able to get even one victory point captured. Now he's sending his AT gun to cap on the right. Easy 8 Sherman in production for some reason. That's a weird decision.
The enemy is taking our territory. We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75 points. Stuka ready to strafe enemy troops.
Standing by!
And everything is pushed back into the base again. Here comes the Easy 8, which even though it's not as good versus infantry as a regular Sherman, is still going to be probably good enough.
The Scharfschütze has arrived. Our opponents are seizing a sector. Down to 25 points. Do not let them defeat us. The new Grenadier squad is ready. I fear we are losing. With 10 points remaining.
And there it is. Time has run out. GG. And that's the game. That is the series. That is the tournament. DevM will emerge victorious twice. If there was any doubt in your mind that DevM is a fantastic player after Operation Charlie Fox, surely single elimination 64 man against the best the KO2 community has to offer. DevM wins again. Surely now you are convinced. He is just a machine. Manages to take out Korean Army's Oster there in Game 4. Korean Army just made a few too many critical mistakes, and he could not come back from that. Well, I had a lot of fun running this event. I mean, I hope my green screen looks okay.